Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another special edition show of the Laymen Show. I'm your host, Lee Tom.
And I'm your host, Gabe.
And
Brap.
And today we've got a very special guest, known as Chappo. Yeah, he's a freestyle spitter, isn't he?
We resurrected the Mexican drug law.
Is that where you got the name from, Chappo? Where's it come from?
My last name, being Chapman.
Oh, God.
Growing up on an East Hill Council estate, it's the go-to thing, isn't it? You've got to stick an O on the end of your name.
That's right, so no relations to the Mexican warlord.
An O or a Y.
A what?
An O or a Y.
An O or a Y. Chappy.
Chappy. Oh, my name's Gabby, isn't it?
Chapstick.
Chapstick.
Yeah, I've had that a few times.
Have you?
Oh, God.
Yeah, so tell us a bit about yourself. When did you first start writing lyrics? Or
Well, I've always... When I was growing up, everybody around me was into, happy hardcore and uprising and stuff like that. And
yeah, I remember uprising.
I remember I used to...
DJ Scooter.
There was... I can remember one specific memory where I was... My grandparents had a caravan in Withensea and would go on a Friday, come back on a Sunday. I remember coming home listening to the top 40 on the radio in my granddad's car, and it was Eminem, My Name Is.
Oh, my name is what?
Yeah, it was when he dropped that, and the one lyric that caught my attention was the Spice Girl getting pregnant.
Yeah.
That line, I just got hooked, and then through Eminem I went back and found Dre, Snoop, and because there was no internet back then.
So it was all CDs. Was it like going to the record shops?
Yeah, it was like CDs, and my friend's sister, I used to babysit with him for their daughter when I was 11, 12 or something, the two of us, and she had a Snoop Dogg Pound album.
Yep.
And that's the first out, because I was brought up in a house with Queen and Meatloaf and Motown and stuff like that. And this CD, it was every time we babysat, bang that on. It was brilliant, man. And then obviously through Eminem went back and just fell in love with the culture. And maybe about 16, 17, I remember being at a party and there was a lot of hardcore DJs there playing and stuff. There was a mic, but it was all MCing over a faster beat and stuff.
In the place, control the bass, feel the bass,
yeah,
that
kind
bass.
of thing.
Yeah.
I'd always been into hip hop and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember just picking up the mic and freestyling my own thing over that, and people saying, "Oh, it was good," and that. And then.
So when you picked up this mic and you just started going, was this stuff that you'd written, or was it just coming straight out?
What had happened was a local, it was at a flat opposite the shops on the estate, and a load of trouble had started with the kids off the estate. Had come into the flat and had a bit of a do. And when that had finished, that's when I picked up the mic and I just started freestyling about what had just happened. And I just got recognition from that, and it's sort of when it gives you that confidence boost. But nothing ever come of it until years later, when I met the Blood Sugar lads.
Blood Sugar, yeah, we've heard of them. They do podcasting and videos and music.
Yeah, I've met with them before. Well, as they'd just got together as a band. I went to the first gig with them, and it's meeting them. It just because I'd never been surrounded by people who was into hip hop and stuff like I was.
Yeah.
Until I'd met them guys, and that's what drew it out of me. Did
you ever perform on stage with them then?
I've never been part of Blood Sugar or anything. I've been on stage quite a few times.
Yeah. They never brought you in as a guest mic.
They've brought me in.
Have you done a feature set for them or something?
Yeah, I've done battles for them.
Yeah.
They booked me to battle when they did their album launch, and then the anniversary of the album launch a year later, they booked me again. That was good. Cause it was
Is that what you're known for now? Battling?
I'd say that's probably what I'm known for.
Yeah.
That was primarily because again, battling started just through getting drunk one night with Lance. Out of Blood Sugar, he's the one that raps in Blood Sugar. It just got one of those banter conversations, like, because I used to follow battling a lot myself. I used to, like, Don't Flop's one of the, well, it used to be like the biggest battle league in the country.
Yeah.
And I've been going to these events for quite a while. And while I was actually at one of the Don't Flop events in Peterborough, I'd noticed that there was Hull battles that started with that Young Beats
Yeah.
a long time back. So I'd actually like got in touch with Young Beats saying like, yo, give me a go on this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care who you give me, like, let me have a go. Because I was watching some of them and I just thought like the level what they was coming at was like really like noobish or whatever. But I'd been like going around the country already with Don't Flop because I was working as like a steward for them.
I see.
You know, all the northern events. And
Yeah, so you was working with them and going on stage and battling as well?
no, I've never battled on stage with Don't Flop. No, this came after Don't Flop.
Yeah.
At the time, the job I was in had a clause in the contract where I couldn't I couldn't associate myself with media outlets and things. So I couldn't I could end up losing my job if someone in a battle mentions anything to do with my work or my company. So I couldn't battle.
It's a shame, innit? I bet you stood there enough times at the sidelines thinking...
I wanted to have a go in that, but again, it was never like stood on a diving board and not knowing whether to jump in or not. And then when I'd come back to Hull, having a drink with Lance, it got more of, I could beat you in a battle easy. And it was like, and we built it up and we thought, we'll just do it then. We set a date. Yeah. It wasn't going to be a freestyle. I wanted it to be a written one because I wanted to prove, like, just because I'm not on stage rapping tracks, like, battling's not the same. Yeah. And that's all I wanted to do was prove that to Lance, and everybody thought Lance was just going to destroy me. Yeah, because
I've noticed on battling, after you've done your bars, you've got to respond to how they're dissing you as well, haven't you?
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of plus points in the written one if you can do a freestyle flip before your verses and stuff. But when we did the battle, we threw a little free event at Pave. Yeah. Above Pave, what's it called?
I don't know. I know where Pave is on Prinny Ave.
Yeah, it's the little place above it on Prinny Ave. They do a lot of spoken word things.
Yeah, they do, because they have comedy clubs, don't they? Yeah. Open mic events.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. But yeah, we went there, put a little free event on, Bud Sugar played, and I battled him, and the crowd just lapped it up. It was like the rush of hearing the crowd, like there was feeling every joke or every bar and that. It all got received well, and on top of that, I'd beat someone as the underdog. Yeah. And it just gave me the confidence to like, all right, I'm going to...
So are you like Hull's version of 8 Mile?
Well, I wouldn't really say
the underdog. Puking up in the bathroom before you went on stage.
No, there's none of that, like, none of that. Yeah. Nervous, but once you drop that first line, because there's no beat as well. So, like, a lot of people think, it's a cappella, so it's going to be harder, you haven't got a beat to write. Yeah. But for me, a cappella's easier because you can use your own... You can switch up your flow. Yeah,
that's right. You're not stuck to a set up beat, are you?
Yeah, the restrictions get removed and stuff, and it lets you being able to play with it a bit more. Yeah. And obviously, the background watching all the battles, like I kind of like seen the formula. Yeah. And I beasted Lance. Like he won't deny it. Yeah. You know, like the Blood Sugar lads have put it on private now. Yeah.
Come on, lads, get it back on public so we can all watch it.
It's I'll try and dig it out. Yeah. And then from there, I thought, right, nobody wanted to battle me. I'd asked like Shado, just for a battle, and no one wanted to battle. I don't know whether because they said there was worry or anything. I just think the people that witnessed me knew I could do well, or just they didn't want to battle. So. I applied for a league called Stand Tall that ran out of Leeds. Got in touch with them, asked them, sent them the video of me battling Lance. They said, yeah, go for a battle. I went there, my opponent didn't show up on the first battle. I'd hyped myself up and everything. Yeah. So I got told that I could battle one of the local kids the month after. And they pointed him out to me, and I just sat like a hawk watching him because I didn't know anything, because this was a total new kettle of fish.
I was going to say that, isn't that kind of the problem? Aren't these things much better when you know the person you're battling?
Yeah.
It's much along the same lines as the roast, roast battle. You know?
Kind of, because like when you're not battling locally, or you're not battling people who are already established battlers that you know background
got
on,
history.
You've basically got a Facebook page, and you've got to go through it like a fan
and maybe what they look like.
You've got name flips. They're like the most generic three things. Is what they're called.
Yeah,
they're called DAPs, right? What anything I can think of DAPs, like I'll punch him in the face. That's a DAP, and do you know what I mean? And then you've got where he's from, so you just diss him on where he's from.
Yeah.
And then
what if he's from your area?
If he's from your area, then
you just big him up there because you don't diss your area.
You're self-deprecating.
No, it's like when someone's from Liverpool, they'll diss someone from Roundshire, across the river, innit? They call them woolly-backs.
Well, it's the same with us here. We call the people south of the Humber codheads, and they call us mudrats.
Mudrats.
Yeah. I thought we got called codheads.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought we was the codheads.
No, people from Grimsby are codheads. We're the mudrats.
I didn't know that.
I thought it was the other way around. Honestly, I thought we was called codheads. We was the fishing ports.
Oh, so
I thought it covered us and Grimsby.
Yeah, I thought we're known as one codheads.
Yeah.
I think we might be known as codheads to people outside of Yorkshire, or people outside of East Yorkshire.
And who don't know what parties were a codhead.
Yeah. So another question is, like vocabulary.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't got a wide vocabulary, you're going to just sound like you're spitting the same things over and over, aren't you? So where does it come from?
It comes from just life, going through life, like watching films, watching.
So
I've always been into music. Like I could hear a song once or twice. The third time, I'm reciting the lyrics as it's going. Lyrics is something that's always just stuck in my head. Whether they be mine or like songs I listen to, and like I think years of like bedroom listening to hip hop on my own and going back through back catalogues, and I loved all like the storytelling raps and stuff like that. Like early Nas and things like that. When I found I went from God's Son backwards to Illmatic, kind of thought, because that was like a lot of people go from start to finish.
That's right.
I was going back.
You was going backwards. How far back did you go?
Right down to Turn Lock.
God.
Yeah, man.
Turn Lock.
I remember, like, I was 16, I used to go to London to work, audio video engineering, and the guy I went with was like 32, and he loved Tone Lock, and that's where I'd listen to him and that from. But I'd always preferred, like, the post-Death Row Dre, music-wise. I always, like, preferred that to the older stuff.
What about you, Gabe?
I
went as far back, like when I think about my earliest hip hop, I went back as far back as NWA. I always say that was my starting point. Then I went through all the Ice Cube, when they're disbanding everything.
Yeah, I mean,
what's your earliest hip hop memory?
I mean, my earliest hip hop memory is fucking like House of Pain, Jump Around.
Jump Around, yeah.
But if you're talking like modern stuff that I could, not sort of modern stuff, but stuff that I could still listen to this day, Wu-Tang Clan, NWA. All the good classics.
Timeless album. 2001. That's like my timeless one.
2001 Dre's album.
Yeah, man. I don't.
Because
I could be 50 years old and listen to that. It still sound.
I think from the Chronic to that album, we'd waited for it enough. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then when you heard Dre was coming back out, you thought, bloody hell.
I know. Still waiting for Detox 2 years later.
So what do you think about the scene nowadays? You've got all these American rappers like fucking. Or what's he called? The guy with all... They've all got tattoos on the face, to be honest.
Mumble rap.
Oh, the mumble rappers. Rap. So people like Little Pump and X-Tenacion.
I think fucking British UK rap is a lot better than American rap nowadays. You got fucking...
the grime artists that came forward, didn't they?
The grime artists have sort of evolved into hip-hop artists.
Yeah.
You've got...
Garage MCs.
Yeah, back in the day, Garage MCs, yeah.
So what do you think? I mean, is British hip hop now better than American hip hop? At least modern.
I don't think Britain could ever be better than American hip hop. I think Britain could always be better at UK hip hop.
Don't you think we got conditioned to American hip hop though?
I think we did, but I think
our cultures are
like you say
with
the increasing the gram culture and stuff like that. I think that's snowballing.
Yeah, you're right, because you've got two sounds. You either sound American or you sound Cockney, don't you?
Yeah.
That Cockney slang to you.
Yeah, man, roadman or... But it's not even
So
just
Solid
that.
Crew.
I just think the UK, I think it started off very heavily influenced by American hip-hop.
Yeah,
But
absolutely,
now
yeah. Cause
you can see a hell of a lot more of a comparison to it being the UK's own sound. You know,
I can see that. As I say, I consider UK hip hop nowadays to be a lot better than American hip hop. There isn't a modern American.
It's people like J. Cole and stuff like that. I think are amazing at the minute. You know, lyrics and
lyric-wise,
just like the message that they're doing with. I guess there are. I mean, there's always going to be a few shining lights and you know, a few diamonds in the don't have
taps.
features on his album and don't really promote it, but it's platinum. You know.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so like when you spit your rhymes, you don't have an accent, do you? You have our local accent, don't you?
Yeah, man.
Do you get a lot of spitters and who put on an American accent?
Yeah, you get. I mean, a lot of people like Eminem's like known for bending his words and stuff like that. And I think if you've listened to a lot of America, like I grew up listening to America. Everybody grew up listening to American hip hop. If they was gonna do a rhyme, like I've not heard many people tell me when they started spitting that they didn't drop accents until later on and they found their own voice.
I defy you to translate a Sean Paul lyric.
I'm being facetious.
I know. But yeah, talking about Eminem bending words, I remember when someone said to me, "You can't get nothing to rhyme with orange." And then Dorange. And it came from Eminem. Yeah. So it was mad. Listening. Eminem.
Syllables, not words.
That's right. He breaks his long words down and makes them fit, and it's slick. It's proper slick.
I'm one of the kings of it.
Yeah. So, who are you battling next then?
No one at the minute.
Yeah. Is there any competitions coming up that you know of?
Got put through to go onto the academy at Premier Battles this year. I got through right up until the qualifying round. I'd won my battle in the qualifier, but I wasn't selected to go through to the final 16.
I see.
So I won't be in the academy now. But that's running throughout the year.
Oh, so is it an annual thing? You can go back to it again?
Yeah, next year you can apply again. It's just one of them. The judges didn't decide I was good enough to go through on the day, even though I'd won my battle. No assault, there was a few good kids there.
Yeah.
You know, best of luck to them and stuff like that. But yeah, Manchester's a tough crowd when you come from up.
Yeah, I bet it is.
And you don't know many people in the room and stuff like that. But yeah, it's at the minute, I think Premier Battles are like the UK leader in the battling. Flop's gone quiet a little bit the last couple of years. But there's some really good people on there. I think like at the minute in hip hop, best writing is found in battling, whether it be the King of the Dot, URL, Premier Battles. Hip hop has got its best writing right now. You find in battling, and I'll always say that until it's not true.
Do you get scouted at these battles? And is there like producers there, or maybe looking for the next person they want to promote?
Like people who produce at home and stuff like that, or beat makers and stuff. They'll go to these battle events and that, and say they can approach you and like ask to collab. And I've seen quite a lot of people start off from battling and meeting up with other people at events and stuff like that, and they're doing quite well now. One of the directors in that Unilad, Bible, he was a cameraman for Don't Flop.
All right.
The battling, and then he got a job with them.
I see.
He's doing quite well with himself. The guy with the afro, who does the videos, Bamalam, he again came from Don't Flop. There's quite a lot.
So you never know.
Horror. He's just been in a movie. He's signed on the back of battling now. He signed a deal with Sony.
Bloody hell.
Deadmau5 had seen in one of his battles and flew him out to Canada and that, got him to record.
That's crazy, isn't it? You never know who's going to turn up, where it's going to lead you.
Yeah, man.
1 minute you're battling in a local club, next thing you're making a fucking movie.
Not really a career, really. It's for me, it was like the challenge of having an opponent pushed me, because like we're releasing tracks and stuff. I can get like your own worst critic, and you don't ever think that it's good enough and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't ever tend to either finish projects or release it.
Yeah.
And for me, it just started as like a hobby. Like I'd just write to, like, say if I was feeling shit about something or like that, I'd write about it, and it'd help release a bit of fucking aggression or whatever like that. And then battling was where, like, you'd have a build up for months and stuff, and like, because I don't drink or out like that, so I won't just go out and have a big bender blowout. And
so there's no Dutch courage, for you then,
there's not like that. For me, it's all that pent up aggression and stuff like that. And if it's something's been pissing me off or proper getting to me,
we all get it.
A lot of it was like at the time. My partner at the time used to like proper get to me. It just wasn't working and stuff. And I'd just turn all that and channel it, and I'd just take it out on my opponent, whatever was getting to me. Like, I remember this kid from Leeds at the time. Like, I'd split up with my Bane's mum and stuff like that, and like I didn't have my own place. I was couch surfing and stuff. But I'd had this battle already booked, and like my head just couldn't get into writing for the guy. And then in the end, I was just like, well, I'm just going to imagine I'm battling myself and just flip it as him. And I just went totally like in on him about him being homeless. Like, it was a short guy, so I did like a few yo-yo jokes, and you know, you can't play with a yo-yo and shit like that because he's too small. And fuck this hobo Frodo.
Fuck this hobo Frodo.
Postcode. Like, I've been to one of his house parties, didn't go too well. Because that park bench was cold and it was boring as hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just going in on all this homeless shit to him, and it just like, for me, the creativity just goes, and that's what I use battling for as like a release.
Yeah.
I've done it a few times, and I get my best material when I do that.
Brilliant. I think it's about time we had a little Chappo on our show, don't you think?
After Marksman put him in the stocks, I threw him out the castle, now I'm changing all the locks. So I'm Peter Griffin, shut up mate, fuck off back and do rock instead. You're either deluded or sick in the head, if you don't think everything you spat is dead. So it's off with his head, off with his head. Don't go to war with a member of Swed. I remember when I was at school, I used to bully kids just like you. Type of guy to jump if I said boo. Nobody knows yet, Martin who? You don't school me, talk to Frank. I could outright you just sitting on my hands. Taught you a lesson, Mark, say thanks. I'm the reason you stop spitting like a yank. I don't hate you, just don't rate you. Killing with the bars I was saving for later. Full Daily Mail, front page of the papers. Levels apart, Marks, I am greater. Let's have a straightener, meet me later. You wanna get served, mate, I'm your waiter.
Check out what Chapman did. He went to war with lots of mouths, can't handle it. Sweat Nation is the crew that he's rolling with. This kid got us running out of line.
I'm a battler, you're an amateur. You're not worth being my challenger, cause I've proved I'm a different caliber. With the sword that holds Excalibur, I was worthy enough to pull it out of the stone. That's the reason why I'm sitting on the throne. Go to war for this city, held my own. Been to Leeds, been to Manny, brought the win back home. You can't compete with the level that I'm at. Choose another path, Mark, stay away from rap. Leave it to me to put the East on the map. I'm a beast when I rap and the scene thinks you whack. You haven't got a clue, don't know the crack. I eat MCs, to me you're just a snack when it comes to bars. Can't compete, got no flow mate, you won't succeed. How you gonna roll when you can't ride a beat? Cause the only thing you ride is your push bike seat. German whips, I got my Vauxhall Astra. Don't tell me your push bike's faster. You can't pedal when your legs in plaster. School of hard knocks, I am the headmaster.
Check out what Chappo did. He went to war with lots and lots, can't handle it. Sweat Nation is the crew that he's rolling with. This kid got us running out of line.
And we go.
You don't have to run and hide. You know your last, not swallow your pride.
Okay, brilliant. That is a brilliant track we've just listened to. And is that the gravel pit in the background?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah, so who was that for then, that track? Who was this Mark Skeezer?
That was a guy, another guy off East Hill called Mark.
Yeah.
It's a few years old now, that though.
Oh, I liked it, I loved it. I loved it.
This is long dead and buried. I just want to put it out there. This is long dead and buried, man. I'm not trying to.
Long dead and buried.
I'm not trying to reprise some of it.
Trying to revive an old beef.
I know.
It's all cool with me and Max. No, basically, like, I'd been around the country doing battles and stuff like that, and I'd wanted to start getting into doing a few more tracks.
Yeah.
And I'd seen a kid off East Hull, where I'm from, put out a track called The King of East Hull. It was his debut track. And I'd seen him, I watched the video, it was recorded in Queen's Gardens and rapping in an American accent. So I was like, oh. And I thought, shall I? And I thought, yeah, the battler in me just wanted to have a bit of competition.
Did you know who you was anyway?
Yeah, me and Max had met before. I'd done a battle at one of his Devo events and stuff, so he knew who I was. But it wasn't none of those deep beef things.
Yeah, so there was no reference to you in his lyrics?
No, there was no reference. I just thought, like, for your first track coming out, King of East Hull, when it's your very first debut song.
And nobody knows who the fuck you are.
Yeah. Obviously, I think he was in part of a band.
Yeah.
Don't even care.
Now, people knew who he was. I just thought, he's a young kid, like, he's rapping in an American accent.
Yeah.
King of East Hull, you're not...
Yeah,
So
you're not King of East Bronx.
If you haven't been crowned.
Yeah.
So I like replied with a YouTube vid called Marksman, and just did like a send for him, and then he'd replied back like quite quickly afterwards. So the gravel pit was like my second round, because as a battler I'd wrote three rounds and I've made them into each track. I put number 2 out, and I think I had a battle coming up or something afterwards.
Oh, I see.
So I was like, right, well, on the second one, I said, I'm not going to bother replying or anything, so just leave it at that.
So he didn't reply to your second?
He didn't reply to my second one, so I never put the third one out, deleted it, it's long gone. So
funny times. Do you class that as a victory then inside?
To me, it was a victory, because he removed King of East Hull video. But I'll put it out there, like, I've got no issue with Marks. It was
brilliant,
It
so
was more of
all
a
love,
sportsman,
spread the love.
competitive thing. And I think it kind of did him better, because he dropped the American accent.
Yeah.
He's doing quite well for himself, man. I'm happy for him.
Is he still doing lyrics and recording tracks?
He's all over doing gigs and stuff. He's Marks.
Bloody hell.
Well, I'll send you his information, man.
Yeah.
Hit him up.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
You know, I mean, at the end of the day, the only way you're going to get better is by challenging yourself.
Yeah.
So
that's where it was. For me, it was, he called King of East Hull. I've been all over battling.
Yeah.
Beat me.
I'll take your fucking crown.
It was like, how can you be the king when no one's ever crowned you? It's your first song. That was like kind of my aim. And I thought, like, I'm going to challenge him, and then he can call himself the king. Have
you ever come across someone who's just totally wiped the floor with you, and you just thought, this guy is amazing?
I've lost in battles, but I don't think I've ever been like fully body bagged or anything.
Body bag people.
They call it a body bag, but it's a straight 3-0. But I have battled a couple of good people. There's a battle called I battled a guy called Hulk, and I've been ill all week, couldn't race or anything. I just turned up not feeling it at all, and he turned up quite good, and he's a real good battler as well, so it didn't look too good for me.
And did you become friends after that, after you battled each other?
I've never really been enemies with anybody battling, because I think it's one of those, it's like, do you know how comedians are on the scene and stuff? Everybody's got this missus, and you know, it's a fictional thing. The battle community is quite a good community. You know, I've seen quite in the forums and stuff. There's been a few instances, like for example, one of the battlers, his house had burnt down and stuff, and him and his family had to stay in a hostel and stuff. And one of the guys in the forum had started a GoFundMe, and they raised about $2,000 for him.
Yeah, that's nice.
Everybody chipping in and things like that. Mate. It's a good
community.
I mean, from the outside looking in, it's just a load of name calling on stage and stuff like that. But that's how it started.
Because that's something I was going to get on. So, while you're battling, has anyone actually ever got proper insulted and lost the rag?
Someone's wanted to fight me afterwards. A guy called Al's Grift.
I'm assuming, before you could carry on with the story, they lost.
Big time,
yeah. I was going to say, if you lose the verbal battle, that's when you want to get into
it was a guy who'd been in the forum, and I was his second battle ever, and he was like my 10th or something.
Yeah.
But he was real overconfident, you know, and I could see straight through him, like he's boasting, he's trying to be someone he wants. And he'd been trying to rile me up, you know, like to promote the battle and stuff like that. He'd been like overly promoting and being real dramatic and stuff over it. And he'd said something on a video that he'd done a couple of days before the battle. And I'd rang my mate and I says, look, I wasn't going too bad on this guy. I was just going to keep it jokes. But I can't even remember what he'd done or he'd said. But it annoyed me that much. I wanted to make a point that I was way better than him. Yeah. And I was giving him an easy ride because I was only his second battle. So he'd not like got the experience commanding the room. Yeah. And, you know, crowd control and presence and like performing his shit. Yeah. Whereas I'd had that in the belt. I'd had the experience. So I just destroyed him. There was... because he brought his missus with him. And I'd found out a bit of dirt on him. Like, like he'd been inboxing lasses in the forum. Yeah. Who then told me what he's been saying, like, oh, his missus had been cheating on him and stuff like that. So my last round, I just destroyed him. And I'd even flipped. There was a part he'd done a whole roundabout me having a dog, because I had a Lhasa Apso, like a little Lhasa Apso Dougal dog. And he was like, oh, his full angle was, you're meant to be this gangster guy from all and stuff, but you've got a Shih Tzu. Yeah. As soon as he said Shih Tzu, I just went, it's a Lhasa Apso, you bellend. I couldn't hold it in. I don't know why I said it. I just said that and it cut him off. Yeah. And the full crowd went, it's a fucking Lhasa. You know?
Everyone's behind you. Yeah.
It's because I clowned him that much, and he'd done a whole round about it. And like every time he'd mentioned your Shih Tzu, someone went Lhasa. You know, and it made him stumble.
I say Shih Tzu, you say Lhasa.
Yeah. And my first line of the next round was, "This is your second battle, mate, so I'm gonna throw you a bone." Whole round about my dog. At least I left mine at home, and I pointed at his missus. The full place just erupted with laughter. And I destroyed him.
Yeah, that's proper humiliation there. Yeah.
He wanted to fight me after. Yeah. Because I'd said, exposed him about inboxing all these lasses, saying that your bear's cheating on him and that, and you want to get your own back. And his missus happened to be there, and she was stood next to him, and she was pissed, mate. God. Because I must have touched a nerve on something that was true.
Yeah, you definitely have.
Outside, he was like, in front of people wanting to fight me and stuff, so I went, look, mate, I'll fight you if you want, but I'll give you this opportunity now to walk around corner and speak one-on-one without people. Yeah. And I explained, I said, look, mate, I haven't gone digging in your private life or anything. This thing was like, you've everything I've said is things you've put out there.
I know, but I think isn't that the fucking point?
Yeah, anyway? Yeah. I says, look,
you're supposed to rag shit out of each other.
But the thing was, because it annoyed me 2 days before, like, I try and, when I do the writing and things, I always try and keep it so I can shake his hand after.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never been a fan of going at someone just for reaction, just to get the win. I wouldn't want to hurt his feelings to get the win. I just want to prove that it's the battle in that I'm a better writer than you are, because that's ultimately what it's about. Yeah, I'm a better writer than you are at this, so I'm gonna.
I've watched some of these rap battles, and it is insulting, and they are looking for your weak spots.
Yeah, you're trying to explain to the crowd the best way you can why you're better than this guy. Yeah. That's ultimately what it is. Yeah. And it's how creative you can be with it. I mean, I've done a whole round where a guy I was battling, I made out like he was on Jerry McCall's show, and I was speaking as if I was Jerry McCall. I'd done a whole round introducing the show and stuff like that.
Bloody hell, yeah.
And I started talking to him, and then the angle was, you're on here because your missus is beating you up. And things like that, because he was a real big hench guy. Yeah. So I was making out like his missus stick thin, was kicking his ass and stuff like that, and I did the old Jeremy Kyle got in the face, and I was like, yeah, why are you hitting him? And things like just being creative with it.
Yeah.
Something totally different.
And it's so entertaining for the crowd, isn't it?
Man.
Do you think that the sort of the UK battling scene is going to blow up like the American battling scene?
No, I mean, the talent pool's not the same as the Americans.
But I would sort of agree with you. I wouldn't necessarily think that the battling scene would do that. But if you look at the roasting scene, the roasting scene's now coming into its own.
Yeah, they're wilding out.
Yeah. So I mean, that could come on the coattails of the roasting scene.
Yeah, man. I reckon they could have if they put up anything with James Corden and shit like that, they've lost it.
Well, the roasting ones with Catherine Ryan and Jimmy Carr.
Yeah,
right.
So that should be all right.
Yeah, like Big Nasty and stuff like that's getting integrated in with it. So, yeah, man,
should be interesting.
Yeah, anything that happens in the States always rolls over here eventually, doesn't it?
5-10 years later.
Yeah.
Well, last year there was actually 2 movies released. One a UK one, and one was a guy called Kid Twister from Canada, a battler. He wrote the script and everything, put his name on it. It's called Versus. Versus is the British one. What's the American one? They came out within about a month of each other, October, November last year, and it's got loads of battlers in.
Right. Yeah, it might be something worth looking up. It'll be on YouTube, won't it?
One of them's on YouTube,
yeah.
I know that, and one of them was released in cinema. But Shotty Horror, one of the UK leading battlers, he was one of the star roles in the British version, and the American version, it's got like cameos from all the American URL, King of the Dot battlers. But it's worth a watch.
Yeah, definitely. So what about you're doing work with Beats Bus, aren't you?
Yeah.
So are you meeting like young MCs, young spitters?
Shout out Red Eye.
Shout out Red Eye. Shout them all, man.
Yeah.
All good guys.
Red Locks.
Yeah.
Bad Man.
Oh, what about Naj? Don't forget Naj.
Yeah, all good guys, man.
Yeah. So you're meeting a lot of proteges.
Well, I've only just started with them, so I've not actually done the first workshops, but I've done workshops in the past before they became the Beats Bus with them. Yeah. But it's rewarding, man.
Yeah, no doubt these kids are going to learn off you as well, aren't they?
Yeah, man, because I think back, like, if I'd have had, like, people around me, like, to help me build my confidence at a younger age, like, I'd have probably focused a lot more on being an artist and stuff. But definitely the youth. Youth is the best investment you can make.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see some future Chappos.
There was some heavy dead air after that step.
You just don't know where it's going to go after that, do you? Youth is the investment.
A soundbite in there.
A soundbite. A little kid going, yeah!
Jerry
yeah, man! Springer's final thoughts.
Yeah, man.
That's a classic, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, should we wrap it up? We're almost at 40 minutes.
No, yes, yeah. Are we at 40 minutes already?
Oh, no, only 35.
Oh, 35, yeah. So is there anyone you want to shout out, Chappo?
We're still going to do our own plugs.
Yeah.
Do Chappo's plugs.
Yes. Yeah, we'll do Chappo's plugs.
Yeah.
And then,
anything you'd like to
plug? Yeah, man. Like, I don't really have not to promote myself, but...
Well, are you thinking of working on a track or anything in the future?
Yeah.
I mean, you like it with Beats Bus, aren't you?
Yeah, big up the Beats Bus.
Support
big up
them.
Bud Sugar.
Yeah, Bud Sugars.
Check them. Bud Sugar are a good group of mates.
I think Bud Sugar should get us in the studio, don't you think, Gabe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sucking any dick.
You could maybe podcast each other, interview each other.
I know, that'd be weird, wouldn't it?
You know
do tandem podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, part 1 your week, and then only have your audio.
No, sod that, we'll collaborate, bro. We'll just have it on the same day.
Yeah, man. Last year,
the Laymen interviewed Bud Sugar, and Bud Sugar interviewed the Laymen at the same time. That'd be mad.
Man. Big up Shado. Easy.
I'm sure I know all the lads from Bud Sugar.
Do you know what? I think we should do something crazy. I think we should do a Layman video with Chappo. What do you think?
We should do a podcast rap battle.
Bring out the victims.
Bring out the victims are right here. Yeah, so what about that then, Chappo? What do you fancy doing a little bit of a video collaboration with the Layman?
Yeah, man. I'm down for whatever.
That sounds good. I think that'll be in the pipeline. Yeah, that's right. Facebook has blown up.
Well, I mean, we'll probably be mentioning that in the episode previously.
Previous.
Because this will be coming out after the next episode, won't it?
This one's coming out after the next one, you're right.
Yeah, so we'll mention that in the previous episode. Yeah.
Back to the Future, man.
Yeah,
I know, it's weird, isn't it, having to record something in the future.
It's 10-minute timelines.
Fuck.
10-minute timelines.
Yeah, so, that'd be great. We haven't actually released what the Laymen look like, so I think the best way to do it is put up video.
We've got a lot to talk about on the next episode.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, a lot of politics and shit.
Yeah.
Is there anything that's grinding your gears, Chappo, at the moment?
No, it's life, isn't it?
We got Brexit. We got
stay positive, man.
Julian Assange.
Oh fucking hell!
A lot in the last episode.
Yeah, so go back to the last episode.
Previously on the Laymen show.
That's right. I know.
So yeah.
Okay, brilliant. It's been an honour to meet you, Chappo. It's not, I mean, you've been the first MC rap battler that we've had on the show. So we're gonna put this out. You never know, you might start developing a fan club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You said you're on YouTube. What's your channel called?
Chappo XR.
Chappo X. Yeah. What is it?
If you want to look for the battles, Chappo versus.
I'm sure I'll be able to find a link.
Yeah, we'll pop some links in there so people can have a look at you performing.
Join us on our Facebook group.
It's blowing up. It's blowing up.
Obligatory like and subscribe.
Fucking Twitter.
I feel like
social media.
Fucking myself in the face.
If anyone's interested in looking at battles and stuff, there's a YouTube channel called Don't Flop. Plenty of years worth of battles on there. Really good ones. And Premier Battles.
So Don't Flop and Premier Battles.
My battles will be on King of the Ronald, Stan Tall. Don't check them out.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers, Chappo. You're the man.